How do you think the cost of compliance under the new EU AI Act is going to affect small companies?
Yeah, it's a good question. Compliance can cost a lot, especially if it's going to be analogous to medical devices. And obviously, I'm a little bit biased. That's kind of my viewpoint and my understanding of how the current regulations from the AI Act align with the field in which I work. But if it's anything like what is happening to medical devices and the kind of hoops that you have to jump through for that, it's going to cost quite a bit of money. I mean, medical device companies pay sometimes up to 500,000 euros, depending on the device classification or type, if you're running clinical studies. And so for small companies, having to run their proprietary algorithms through their own version of compliance, whether that's cybersecurity, risk management, data governance, that kind of thing, it can get really expensive. So I think it's probably going to, in the near term, hurt some small companies that are maybe bootstrapping or have a small budget. They're trying to adjust to this.
hmm So, do you think that the AI Act is going to create a competitive advantage or disadvantage for EU-based companies on a global stage?
Yeah, I mean, in the short term, it's definitely a disadvantage. And that's how it always is with regulations. Once regulations come out, it typically will inhibit innovation slightly. In the long term, obviously, it does support common everyday people like you and me. Protects us against any inherent risks that come along with those products and moving the needle, kind of like at the edge of innovation. But time will tell. I think there's also a benefit to having essentially like a market be the leader in that, where once everyone catches up to the EU as far as maybe they're going to come out with regulations that eventually match the EU MDR. Everything will be figured out in the EU by then, and then it'll probably be easier to get your product approved there than some of these newer markets where they've just updated the regulations.